It comes back to me. It reminds me of the whole situation.
Liberated prisoners could not control their emotions.
And we set an example, this country set an example in the end. And this does remind me of those days when war could have been prevented. Instead of 50 million people dying in the war, needn't have had any. Because they were still in their camp uniforms, they had no other clothes. But some of them were sort of, like me now, staggering, just managing to walk. People coming in from all directions where they could compare notes of their hometown and their families, or whether their families went to another camp, separated. But those who had any news wasn't good news. But I didn't find one person who wanted to go back to Poland or Hungary or Romania or Slovakia or anywhere else, or least of all Germany.
What did you speak about?
Well, I didn't ask them what their experience was like, that was obvious. But I asked them what their future is. The first future for all of them was to find out what happened to their homes, their families, businesses as they had it, what prospects of going back to where they came from, all of whom says they know they can't go back. They couldn't go back. They couldn't go back to live amongst the people who handed them over to the Germans in the first place. Well, the only way I helped them, apart from verbally, emotionally, was to give them chocolate. I had my own ration. Every soldier got a bar of chocolate and 50 cigarettes a week. I used to change my cigarettes because I didn't smoke. I changed them for more chocolate. So I had 2 chocolates. I brought it the first day and I took it out, and it was to see their eyes light up. They hadn't seen chocolate for years. And I gave them that. After that, I collected from everyone I could see. And I'd take along 50 or 60 bars and distribute them to people. And they all loved it. It wasn't until years later that I was told that that's probably the worst thing I could give somebody who hadn't eaten, it was malnourished, apart from diseased.
What was the atmosphere like? What could you see and hear?
Well, relief, of course. Relief, thanksgiving. I didn't notice anyone who was particularly religious. Perhaps they'd lost their faith by being in such a situation. But knowing what they'd been through, that they were prisoners for nothing. Well, say for nothing, just because they were Jews, if that is for nothing. It's the only way they were discriminated. It was a terrible situation, a very upsetting situation. Giving a determination to stay never again, which became a sort of byword. But of course, saying it and actually achieving it is a different matter.
How did you feel meeting those people, having fought for years in the war?
Well, justified, I suppose. That was one of the reasons I was interested in going in the forces. To help release these people, which I did. It gave me great satisfaction knowing that I'd achieved that. And defeated the Germans, of course. Not alone, I did have some help.